Yeah, I think that, it's absolutely key for the company. So I think that an interesting dynamic to remember about OpenAI is that it started out as a nonprofit, right? So it then, through its evolution, became a capped for profit company, but the board was still the same nonprofit board. And then you had Sam Altman over here, who wanted to do innovative things like also raise tens of billions more dollars from Masayoshi Son, for example, to create their own chip startup to compete with the likes of NVIDIA and AMD for AI chips. So you had Sam, who was now fully focused on the monetization of AI in multiple different ways. And then you had a nonprofit board that was still in place from the old structure of the company. And these two things really just didn't jive. So I think that, lucky for OpenAI, he's willing to come back. The addition of Larry Summers and Brett Taylor on the board kind of appease all tailwinds, right? So, Larry Summers, like you mentioned, the adult in the room, also good from the political angle. And as we know, Altman has been very involved with meeting people, ranging from Joe Biden to Rishi Sunak and focusing on AI policy. Brett Taylor, somebody who has been instrumental in being at a public company before, and I think it just shows you how integral he is really to their whole effort. And instead of getting rid of him and sticking with the board that they had, they showed you that he is really the talent. He's the one who needs to stay, and they're willing to overhaul the whole board to keep him there. And I agree. I think that while all of the employees of OpenAI maybe going to Microsoft would have been probably amazing for the shareholders of Microsoft stock in the near term, it clearly wouldn't give them as much freedom. And operating at a startup with that latitude is really where they need to be.
From OpenAI's perspective and the technology they've got there in development, how is Microsoft's relationship likely to change or be different now from where we were before last Friday? It certainly sounds like it's going to be a lot stronger, but what does that actually mean for the future of OpenAI?
Yeah, like you said, I think it's going to be a lot stronger. And, the way I think about that is where is OpenAI going to use incremental capital, right? So if you think about it, I'm focused on Sam's effort there to really create their own chips, being somebody who kind of covers NVIDIA and AMD from the stock perspective, I know that's a threat that people talk about to them. And, if Microsoft has already articulated their willingness to develop in-house chips, right? And if OpenAI is willing to go down that pathway with them, instead of maybe raising from SoftBank like they were previously trying to do, Satya, with a closer relationship with Sam Altman, may be willing to be that partner. Also in general, I think that Satya Nadella, obviously the governance at Microsoft is strong, but he's also focused on the responsible monetization of AI, like Sam, and it seems like their interests are pretty aligned. So I would expect the relationship that OpenAI has with Microsoft to now get stronger, and for more capital to probably come their way to attack more of this massive total addressable market.